can't push your belief, make me believe what you believe, and then we're gonna butt heads because I don't agree with you because I'm not swallowing the pill you're giving me, and then we're gonna fight because I'm not believing it.
They said John McCain and Joe Biden and other people would go back and forth on the floor, everybody screaming and fighting during policy, and then once everything was done, they'd go, all right, where we going for a drink, and blah, 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 and then...
Hello, it's 11 o'clock on a Monday. It's the Chazz Palminteri show. Got a great show today. Don't forget, come and see my one-man show. I know you get tired of hearing it, but so many people want to come and see it, and they don't know where I'm playing. You go to chazzpalminteri.net, and I am doing the national tour all over the United States. I'm in a city near you. You can see me on the TV show, Godfather of Harlem. You can come to my restaurants, Chazz Palminteri's, 30 West 46th Street, 264 Main Street. Mention my name, tell her you follow me on Instagram. You will get a dessert on the house, and we have great homemade desserts. You'll get a dessert on the house. Just tell them that you saw me on the podcast.
That City restaurant's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Literally, yeah, it's a great restaurant.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you. Obviously, John, where am I going to be?
November 3rd, you're going to be in St. Charles, Illinois at the Arcada Theater. November 8th, you're going to be in Ridgefield, Connecticut at the Ridgefield Theater. November 15th, you're going to be in Carteret, New Jersey at the Carteret Performing Arts Center. And November 23rd, you're going to be in Cranston, Rhode Island at the Park Theater.
Well, day after my birthday.
Day after your birthday. Would you look at that? When's
and
your
my
birthday?
son is November 3rd. You're playing on his
You're
birthday.
a Scorpio?
I'm a Sag and a Scorpio. I'm on the cusp.
A cusp. How about you?
I'm a Pisces.
Pisces. Cusp.
No, I'm a straight
I'm on a
Pisces.
cusp.
I'm not on no cusp. I'm a triple Taurus.
Yeah.
A triple Taurus.
Wow, that's why you're a great guy.
Thank you.
Yeah?
My father was a Taurus,
He was?
and I loved, and I love Taurus.
Taurus is just practical. And,
They're good people.
They are practical.
you know, I was watching that
Good
thing you could
people.
do with my son. My son goes, my dad walks in. He goes, and even when he should be sometimes, he's not.
Yes. I
my-
love that. I love when he said that.
My son is so crazy.
People loved those clips.
Oh,
People loved those clips.
they love my
with
son.
Dante.
Is just great.
Yeah, that was fun.
That
I
was
love
fun.
Dante. Dante's
Well,
funny.
obviously, folks, you see I'm back with the girls this week. You know, they've been big stars all over the place, but now they're here because we got these special episodes of
The Queen's Wave.
the Queen. Oh, that's the Queen. The answering questions that we want to answer questions. We have topics, but you know, lately we've been doing this life and other bullshit, things that you're mad about. Get our opinion. We have no filter here. Ask us, no filter. What goes in the mind comes out the mouth. Ask us any question you want. What do we got, John?
First one is, what are some of the biggest misconceptions about yourselves?
I know what the biggest misconception about you is,
What is that?
and it's the same as about me.
What?
That we're tough.
Yes,
People think we're tough.
true. People think they're afraid to approach me. They think I'm tough, and they think I'm this like tough guy who's nasty, and that's the least. of
Yeah,
it.
I think you're very approachable. You're a very approachable person.
I think so, Captain. But you know what I saw? There's some people. Why does this
I
happen?
don't think you're approachable.
I think he's approachable.
People-
He's so nice. I watch him at events.
Yeah.
Even when we were on Arthur Avenue, any person that was coming up to you, you were very forthcoming and giving. And you know what I like about what I saw one night with you? You're listening to people.
Yes.
You listen to them. Like you make them feel like you really
Yeah.
do care. Like I saw you
do.
doing that. I was like, he's really good with interacting with people.
No, I think the misconception is before they meet me, like if they just see me like walking down the street, they're afraid to say something to me. That
Yeah, I think it's your height too. I don't.
It's my-
People
maybe-
never realize how tall you actually are. I think that's what. I don't want to say approachable.
Yeah.
I mean just intimidating from first glance. I
Yeah.
was intimidated first time I met you.
Yeah, I am tall. It's true.
Yeah.
But I think it's that. Same with her. She has a very, you know, she has a face that's like that's Sophia Loren, Ana Magnani.
Oh, I'll take that and run.
Yes. You know, and what about you?
I have two things that I think are the best. One, that I'm not educated because of my accent, which drives me crazy.
You're very educated.
But people like act like dummied me down because of it, I think. And you know what? I get it, but if they judge me. And the second, I don't want anybody to ever think Kathrine knows. I get obsessed with it. I don't want anybody to ever think I'm like a influencer or a content creator. I don't want them to ever loop me into because I do this New York Italian thing sometimes. I don't ever want I get nervous that people are going to perceive me as that and not just a stand-up comic. So I want people to always know I'm a stand-up comic first. I think that makes me nervous online because I do so much on social media now that I don't want people to go, oh, you're an influencer or a content creator, whatever.
But I see all the comedians doing it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but it's my own insecurity, my own insecurity.
Okay.
That's
Next. I like saying it like that. Next.
I love it. I'm here for it. Strangest food combos.
Like that we eat?
Yeah, what are your favorite strangest food combos?
Oh, I eat something weird. I don't know if anybody else eats that.
I want to hear it.
If I want something sweet, but I'll take like a scoop of ricotta. I don't know how it is.
Yeah.
And I put like chocolate chips on it.
That
sounds like yogurt.
It's
savory. It's kind of like a savory.
Yeah.
No, it's like a
sweet.
cannoli.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, it is. So I think that's weird. I'll maybe even drizzle a little honey on it or something. So it's not ice cream with chocolate chips. It's ricotta with chocolate chips.
People serve hot ricotta with
hot ricotta?
Hot ricotta in a crock pot with drizzled honey.
Yeah.
It's the most delicious thing you get in the restaurants. I love it. I love it.
With bread.
With the bread.
Oh, like a spread.
So good.
With drizzle honey. Yes.
I love that.
Okay,
I want it now. Okay. Go.
What's your weird food thing? Anything. Maybe we're going to, it's
I had,
combo.
and I never thought it was spaghetti with scrambled eggs.
In it?
In it.
So you'll make spaghetti and you'll put a little scrambled egg with the sauce?
Without the red sauce.
So what's making the spaghetti not stick together?
You got with butter.
Oh.
Spaghetti, butter, and scrambled eggs.
So one way to get protein in your pasta.
So it's almost like, honestly, it's like a combo of Chinese noodles because they put the fried rice.
Oh, wow. I never even made that connection.
Yeah. That's kind of weird.
That's kind of weird.
How about you, Kathrine?
I don't think it's weird. I love shit like that.
What do you mean?
I like two things. I eat my food broken up. Like if I eat a slice, I break it in little pieces and dip it in the middle where the sauce is, and I just keep eating.
You have to cut it.
I make everything like little things. Like I eat everything like what.
That's not weird combo though. Weird combo.
Okay, the weird combo is I love. That's why I said jelly before. I like jelly on my eggs directly. Like I'll take a scoop of jelly.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
that's put eggs and on my. I don't really eat meat, but like I buy the meatless. Sausage and I dip jelly. I put jelly on my
sausage
on everything in the morning. I love jelly.
I can't. Oh.
Maybe on an English muffin with that stuff, I would go for it. But I don't think I could put jelly directly on my eggs.
No.
I put jelly directly on the eggs and the sausage. The sausage.
The sausage I can get. It's like sweet and savory a little bit.
Hey, you know what I got to say? Sausage is own.
Sausage is own. See, you made it funny.
Yeah, it was a punny.
Sausage is own. That could be a dad joke. What did the Italian sausage say when asked for advice? Sausage is own.
Sausage is own.
I like it.
Okay.
When are you three going to take the pod on the road? No filter, no phones, live venue with audience questions.
When they invite us to Italy for free, first class,
in Rome,
in the Taormina, put us up, feed us.
Yes.
Everything first class we'll do with the Italians.
You know what? We would do a show, the three of us.
I have an idea for that.
We would do a show where people they come to the show and they ask us questions live. Yeah,
I said that to you last year. We should do this. I think we should go on the road with it.
You did say that.
You know what I think?
What?
On the road again.
How about
I got my podcast on the road.
I
again.
want a reel of all of her songs. She's literally sang on almost every podcast.
Oh, every single one.
No.
Yes,
True.
you have. I want a reel of all her singing. That's what I want for her birthday clip, November 22nd. Sorry, John, I just gave you more work. What was your idea,
I'll remember
John?
it. My idea, why don't we have the live podcast in your restaurant and they have to buy food and drinks?
Like a dinner?
Wow.
We can't be talking while people are eating.
You could be.
It's after the show, after dinner. They have dinner and then we
No,
do them.
we need something bigger than that. We need to be on top, on a stage, in a
Yeah.
venue, the Beacon Theater. Sell it out.
Sell it out, baby.
Sell it out.
Well, let's make it happen. I'm all.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
And then the people could ask us questions live.
I love
Yeah.
that idea.
We'll do our topics and then
John,
audience-
you could moderate it.
Yeah, anybody out there, if
Yeah, you
you
know
thinking about us doing a show there, let us know.
Any venues.
That's a
Call
good
in.
idea.
Call in.
I like it. I'm going to ask around because that is a really good idea. But again, I think you should start at the restaurant, see how that goes, make
Yeah,
them order some
we
food.
could do that.
It's a win for everybody. And you promote your restaurant.
Oh, yes. That's-
Okay. Speaking about restaurants, this question's what's your go-to pasta?
Oh, I know. Yeah, but I know Catherine's is spaghetti, no?
Spaghetti? Mine's linguine.
Mine's capellini, like an angel hair.
Mine just spaghetti, garlic, and oil.
I like linguine, garlic and oil, and a bacio of tomato sauce.
I'm sorry, linguine, garlic, and oil.
Just a little tomato sauce, a kiss of tomato.
How about this one? Can a Democrat and Republican be besties?
Yeah.
If you're open-minded and
Yeah.
super emotionally intelligent, you can.
Oh, great answer.
Yeah, Tip O'Neill
What
and
she said.
Reagan were really good friends.
Who?
Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan, they were great friends.
They said John McCain and Joe Biden and other people would go back and forth on the floor, everybody screaming and fighting during policy. And then once everything was done, they'd go, all right, where we going for a drink and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then
I love that.
all those people, they said McCain was very strong in his policy.
It was
but
better for that's what then at
friends
least
with
you could
everybody.
disagree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
A friendly disagreement.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
It's really
Nope.
disappointing.
I think what Catherine said it was the best. You have to be highly emotionally intelligent,
And open-minded.
open-minded.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
not intimidated. You got to be secure with your own. For me, the biggest thing between the divide thing is everybody wants to be right, and you got to be what's right for you, not what you think is right for everybody else, and you have to be secure and confident with your beliefs.
Yeah.
You can't push your belief, make me believe what you believe, and then we're going to butt heads because I don't agree with you because I'm not swallowing the pill you're giving me. And then we're going to fight because I'm not believing it. So I have to say, well, okay, I hear you and I get where you're coming from, but I don't agree with that. And you have to be, that's fine. And I get where you're coming from, but I don't agree with you. And then end it at that. It doesn't have to be a fight necessarily, because then nobody's listening to each other.
I think
Unless it's your way or the highway.
yeah, I agree. I think it's important to keep an open mind and be educated. I mean, I think the best thing anybody could do is learn. I mean, even if you're wrong, you have to learn that you were wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be wrong, like she said.
Exactly. But I mean, I think for a strong person, they have to be able to admit that they were wrong. All right, we moving on?
We're moving on up.
Okay. Can each one of you say your favorite restaurant on Arthur Avenue?
Chaz will get in trouble.
No, I have no problem with that. My favorite restaurant on Arthur Avenue, I think, is Roberto's.
That's a good one.
They're
That's
all
my
good.
second.
They're all good. Roberto's, Zero to Nova,
I like Tradenoy. It's my
Enzo's.
favorite. Tradenoy is my
Tradenoy is
favorite.
great. They're all good. Just the one that I go to, because I like to dish there. I go to there.
What dish is it?
It's the pasta in the foil, the baked pasta.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
foil.
They do that. Unbelievable.
Yeah. But every restaurant on Arthur Avenue is great. How about you, Catherine?
I don't really eat a lot on Arthur Avenue, but I like Roberto's. I like Zero Noto.
Yeah,
I mean, I like them
Yeah,
all.
they're all great.
I don't go to Arthur Avenue enough. I should.
How about in Harlem? What's your favorite restaurant in Harlem?
Rayo's?
Rayo's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rayo's. Rayo's is great.
Yeah.
All right. This one. What comedians, past or present, would you want to do a film with?
Oh, I know mine.
Who's who?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I would love to do a movie with Rodney Dangerfield because I think he had this like
Oh, it'd be fun.
character about him that was like I would probably be mesmerized doing a movie with him. Just funny in his way, no?
With stand-up comics, Well, I did a movie with Robin Williams, and that was pretty
Oh,
great.
wow.
I directed him.
Tell us about that.
It was called Noel. It's about Christmas, and it was great. He was great. And I really saw what a great actor he was.
He improvised a ton, right? And always changed it?
He improvised so much. Well, he improvised, but then he would stay with the script. But he could take something in the script and make it better. He was just really brilliant. I hate to say that word, but he was brilliant. Yeah.
And you'd want to do a movie with him?
I'd like to act with him, yeah. Obviously, that's too late now. The one person who I always loved to do a film with was Jackie Gleason.
Oh, wow.
Because he was a great actor.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie was great, man.
How about you?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I love Eddie Murphy.
You and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I really do.
He's got a shot. A few drinks in you and you're done.
I like Eddie Murphy, but I love Bill Hader. I think Bill Hader is
Bill Hader's funny as shit.
hysterical. Did you ever see him do the skit on SNL with Robert De Niro?
No, who did he play?
He played an Italian interviewer, and his cigarette, you know, all the Italian smokers.
Yes,
his
yes.
ashtray was piled over, and he was smoking. He was going, so tell me, Robert De Niro from Raging Bull. And De Niro it was De Niro. He was there, he did it. I thought that was, Bill Hader is amazing.
Bill Hader is one
Funny guy.
funny guy, man. Just really. He does Pacino. I mean, he's good.
He's good.
And you know what? He's a one hell of an actor. I saw the movie Barry when he did Barry.
Oh, yeah, Barry was great.
One hell of an actor, too.
I love
I
Bill
didn't see
Hader.
Barry, but I do like Bill
Yes.
Hader.
Yeah, he's great. Tara, this one's for you. What's the hardest thing about doing stand-up?
Oh. I mean, the hardest thing about doing stand-up is the same thing every night. It's just stepping on stage by yourself with the intent to make strangers laugh at the same time. You know? So it's...
Just getting new material, though, right?
You know what? As long as you live life, you can write about it.
Right.
Sometimes I don't do that enough. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not experiencing enough things to talk about it. You know, to write
Right.
new material. But if you pay attention... It's funny, I keep notes all the time now. I feel like I'm constantly observing things. Or even just like a conversation with Kathrine before. I went, oh, that's funny. I should do that. I should talk about that, or I should, you know.
Yeah, I mean...
Just being aware is easy to write. But yeah, it's hard to write new material. And it is hard to do new material when you haven't shown everybody your hour yet. So like sometimes I feel like I gotta do certain jokes that maybe repeat people are coming in the audience, but I gotta show the people who've never seen me before do those jokes because they deserve those jokes. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm in a weird place in comedy where people have seen me for the first time and they're coming to see me a couple times, you know.
Yeah, like Chris Rock used to say he would have to go on the road for a year before he films a special.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to work it out.
You got to work it out for a year, he said. Yeah.
All right, moving on. It says, how do you guys stay focused while attaining success?
No, it's like you got to, if you want success, we've all been successful for many years, and the only way to do that is you got to stay focused. If you get lazy and you have a few years of not doing it, it'll catch up to you, and the train will pass you by, and that's it.
I'm in a weird place where I feel like I have to give myself permission to take off, and I don't feel good taking off full days. Did you're at that point where you don't have to do that anymore?
No, you're right.
But do you know the point I'm at where I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
I do feel guilty about. Whereas it's good to be with people who plan, like, oh, come up here on a Sunday last minute. Kathrine will be like, oh, come on, let's go. I'll do, I'll go to the city with you. I'll come to your show. So I get to socialize sometimes with people who get my work ethic. That's why it's easier to be closer sometimes to fellow artists because they almost understand what you got to do. I'm not bragging about it because she's on the podcast 2 seats over for me, but Kathrine will come to any show. It doesn't make a difference if I'm working out new jokes or I have a huge show. She got to take a ride with me, so I'll get friend time that way.
I think comedy, you just have to show up as many places as you can.
It's true.
Because you get humor from everywhere.
Yeah.
So the reason I asked for this book is because before, when I first saw it, I asked Gianna, what is this book? I like the title, The War of Art, but I also like what it says, break through the blocks and why you're in a creative and win your creative battles. I have a question for both of you, and I can answer it too, to somebody who's out there that has a creative block. How do you break your creative block? How do you do it? Either one of you.
Now my son is going to listen to this. Okay. I don't have creative blocks.
No?
My blocks are, I have to, my creative discipline to get down and write. And when I say creative blocks, I don't mind writing. When I said, I don't mind writing garbage if it comes out garbage. The only difference I always say between a professional and amateur is the amateur writes garbage and stops, and the professional writes garbage and keeps on going. I mean, I don't know. I'm just so confident that I know I'm going to write good shit. I know I could write something good and fix it if I have to. And if it's not good, I'll make it better. That sounds like an asshole. I know it.
No, it's how you
No,
feel.
but what you're basically saying to answer the question to help somebody with a writer's block is that you're gonna write whether it's good or bad, but you'll get through it and then rewrite it to make it great. But you're still gonna write. Just do it.
Just do it. There's no such. I believe there's no such thing as writer's block. It's your own. You know what to write. You're just scared. You're just too lazy to do it, or you're scared. Just do it. Just fucking do it, man. You know. Well, you don't know what you have until you put it out there. Unless you put it out there, you don't know. I mean, nobody knows, but you got to. One thing you do have to is put it out there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is this joke funny? Well, you don't know until you put it out there.
Right.
You put it out there, and they'll tell you. You know, I don't know. I always felt confident in my writing that I could write something good. I don't know.
I think for a block, I've maybe felt more like too busy with other things to sit down and write enough, which Colin Quinn, when he did the thing, said, you got to write every day. I know when he did the interview with Chazz. I think the thing that helps me the most is sometimes I'll tell stories about my past because they always say start with what you know and start you. And I'll tell a story or something and it'll jog memory for me and I'll be able to say something in a funny way. And then I go, oh, maybe I'll write this and I'll incorporate this and that'll be a new way of a joke.
Yeah.
What about you, Kathrine? Because you're a writer.
I'm not equating writer's block to just writing. I'm talking about like
Creative
any
block,
creative,
general.
just creative, whether you're painter,
feel it?
writer, actor. How do you break the creative block is if what you're trying to do, like say you have a block and you are a writer, and not everybody's as confident as you, Chazz, that don't have blocks. I mean, there's books and books about it. There's book right here in front of me. Is that if you're having a creative block as a writer, step away from the writing and do something else creative. Go to a museum. It'll look at a piece of artwork. It'll open you up. It'll open the channels of the creative, just being in a creative institution as a gallery or a museum, or draw, even watch a movie that always inspired you. Watch it again, listen to the writing, just do something creative that will open the channels. And it could be anything.
For me, and for what I teach these young kids in the writer's workshop, is that you have to write through it. Just go at it. Even if you write shit, write through it.
I like that.
And sooner or later, something good comes and you go, oh, yeah. And then you feel in the flow, in the zone, and I got it now. Yeah. All right, I'm okay now. But if you get afraid to face the wall, that's why a lot of people, they give you a script, you give them those, they don't want to touch it. They're afraid to cut it open and go in it again. And you can't be afraid. You got to cut it open. It's hard. Writing's hard, man.
Yeah.
Of all the things, writing is the hardest. In acting, directing, producing, writing's the hardest because it's you against the paper. That's it. And you got to do it. You got to do it.
Writing is rewriting.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm writing, I feel like I'm cheating. I go, oh, my God, this is so great. Oh, my God, where's this coming from? Keep coming, baby. Keep going. I feel like my angels are there and just telling me what to write.
God bless. That's
Really?
Not everybody has that. You're lucky.
I agree with Kathrine. I go through the same thing with editing, and there's 4 things that help me remove that block, and they're all mindless. 1 is taking a shower, 2 is going to the gym, 3 is going for a run, or 4, did I say run already? That's gym, whatever. Going for a drive or cutting the grass. If I do any of those things when I have a creative block, it's lifted by the time I'm done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Is it that you're thinking about your editing while you're doing those things? How does it take the block off?
I don't know. I mean, I just put my headphones on. Like, the one that helps me the most, and it sounds stupid, is cutting the grass. If I'm on a creator's block, I put on my headphones, listen to a podcast, cut the grass, stare out into space. And by the time I come back, I mean, I can knock it out in 5 minutes and know exactly what I want to do.
I got about 20 acres. Anytime you want to cut grass.
Jeez.
Is it because your mind is so focused on something else that you can then
I just think it's not focused on anything. It's really just mindless activities that remove the creative.
It just puts
block.
off the inevitable of, look, don't get me wrong. Have I written things that I go, oh my God, is this really as good as I think it is? Sure, you have doubts. That's what that book is about. There's a great book, The War of Art. I recommend it to anyone. It tells you the inner creative battles that we all have. As artists, I remember Spielberg said, I asked him once, I was over his house many years ago, and I said, do you ever get like self-doubt? This is Steven Spielberg, who had more blockbusters than him.
Yeah.
And he said in every movie he's ever made, there was always a point where he said, what shit is, my career's over, this sucks. And then it goes away. But it happens to everybody.
Gianna told me, because I said, she goes, where do you think of most of your jokes? I said, believe it or not, in the shower. I go, maybe it's because my mind's so not preoccupied on anything else. And she said something about the ions or something hitting your... Is that a thing? It's like she had a whole scientific answer, your wife and me, on why I think better in the shower.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you do. What? You open up a little bit in the shower.
It is scientifically backed. There's two things that works for most people. It's taking a shower or going for a long drive. Those are the two things for whatever reason.
There was some chemical thing that she explained,
Maybe.
like the ions hit. Just I don't know what she was explaining, but I was like,
like
wow.
a cold shower.
I take
That'll
a hot
wake your
shower.
ass
No,
up.
a hot shower I do good thinking in.
Oh, it says on Google, it says, first of all, you have a relaxed state of mind. Second of all, I mean, there's a higher dopamine release.
Okay.
And
Yeah, maybe dopamine.
mind wandering is the third thing, which is, again, like me doing mindless activities.
Shower's a good place for me.
Like, let's do an experiment right here, right now. Okay, you and we're not comedians. You what? Let's think of something from the Bronx that we could have a joke, that you could have a joke of. Okay, and I was thinking about that. I said, okay, what could you say? What's funny from the Bronx that I haven't heard anybody do before? You know what I say?
What?
White Castle hamburgers. What's funny about White Castle hamburgers? How could these fucking burgers be around for 100 years and they're really not great?
They're murder burgers.
Murder burgers.
Right.
I did that I asked people on the street, what's a murder burger?
I'm just curious. Like,
It's a very Bronx, that's a very borough thing.
Is it only White
Yeah,
Castle?
but there's White Castle in every borough.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a borough thing,
What?
yeah.
There's a White Castle in L.A. now.
Is there?
Yeah.
There's
But
one,
they're not great.
There's one right
Great
by me
Cane
in
meat, they
Queens.
used to tell us.
I never trusted White Castle. I don't know what the
Huh,
hell
what kind of-
meat it is.
what kind
That's
of-
my mother's comfort food. She'll want a murder. She'll want my.
You
Castle.
burped them up
You burped them up like crazy.
like crazy.
It's all the onions, right?
But when I was young, I used to have them as my hangover food. I'd go get 10
Big
of them.
hangover.
we would get them after going to a club. We would go to White Castle.
the
and I'd get
hangover.
the chicken sandwich.
The hangover.
It wasn't
thing.
chicken, but
Really?
I got it. Yeah, we get the chicken sandwich.
See, the thing about White Castle hamburgers is you have to eat them in pairs. You can only eat 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can't eat them.
And why do they have a hole in the middle?
You can't eat 3 because they kill each other off. So when you eat them, you know.
Why do they have a hole in the middle? White Castle burgers
have
are
little
square
holes,
and they have
right?
a hole.
Why is that?
Big
A
hole.
big hole.
Why is that?
They're a square burger with a big hole.
But
in the
why? What kind of meat is that?
middle. It's
Does anybody know?
you know, I don't have any idea.
I know there's some jokes in there.
Hopefully-
I just
yeah.
don't know what to write, but there's definitely
You
a joke.
call
in-
me a lot with premises.
Well, I call you with
He'll
premises.
make observations and call me and be like, honey, I'm in LA. The names of these places are funny. You got to write a joke about this.
I think comedians hate that more than anything. They're like DJs hate when you ask to request songs at weddings and parties.
Yeah.
I think comedians.
I like his observations, though. I like observations. He's not telling me a joke. He's
I'm not
giving me
claiming.
an observation.
I'm not giving her a joke. I'm
I
just
like
saying.
observations.
This is an observation.
Yeah.
Like, could I say it? I guess I could say it. I was in L.A. No. Is it not politically correct? All right, I won't say it.
Isn't that something? You can't say what you want to say. What a world.
I don't know about that. I just
People need to go buy a friggin', here's a quarter, go buy a backbone.
yeah. Anyway,
Really?
yeah, it's true.
They melt.
They melt. I can't even say about something that I feel. All right, never mind. What do we got, John?
We have time for one more if you want to do it.
Go ahead.
It's just a short one. It says, what part of Italy are you guys from?
Well, I'm from Menfrey, Sicily. My father's from Menfrey. My mother is from Messina. I'm 100% Sicilian. How about you, Catherine?
I'm Napolitana Calabrese. My family is from Caserta, or from Naples, outside of Naples, and Napolitana, and I would imagine Napolitana. I'm from Naples.
How about you?
My Sicilian side, my father's side is from Forza de Gro. In fact, they filmed The Godfather in that town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the church was in that town, and I've been to it. And then the other side of my family was Ponza, which is a small little island, and like Salerno near Naples, that area.
All right, so that's it on the Chazz Palminteri Show. Don't forget to go to my Instagram, leave some questions. And we got some great guests. We had some great guests this week. We're going to have more great guests. The girls are going off a little bit, but they'll be back. And I'll see you next week. Don't forget my restaurants. Go to my restaurant, mention my name, say you follow me on Instagram, get a dessert for free. God bless. See you next week.